What's up, family? Welcome to Watch Me Go Broke, the YouTube channel where I liquidate my bank account, buying as many budget watches and hidden gems as absolutely possible. This is the only channel on YouTube where my wallet takes L's so you can make smart watch buying decisions. Now, if you're new here, obliterate that subscribe button and join the wild ride of spending recklessly. I'm going to spend recklessly on questionable watches so you don't have to. Now, what if I told you that a watch could take you on a journey across 4,000 miles of ancient trade routes without ever leaving your wrist? That's right, guys. Today we are diving into something truly exotic, luxurious, and let's be honest, a little mysterious. I'm talking about the Welly Merck limited edition Heritage Series Silk Road Collector's Box Set. Now, this isn't just a watch, folks. This is history. It's a vibe, a flex, and somehow a luggage tag? Stick around because we're about to time travel through the Silk Road. We're going to unpack this amazing watch, and we're going to learn about the new rebel child of the watch world, Welly Merck. And we might even learn something along the way while we crack a few jokes. Of course, I will be making watch puns, so if you can't handle that, I suggest you move on now because it's about to get crunk. Now, first things first, the packaging. My God, this thing feels like Indiana Jones met James Bond in a dark alley and they had a baby. You get this rugged nylon drawstring bag inspired by Silk Road textiles, which, in my opinion, completely makes sense considering that this whole theme is about travel and trade. Then, of course, we have the main attraction. We have the WM Heritage Series Silk Road Edition watch. And boom, there it is in all of its glory. We have full stainless steel. We have solid links, not that pressed and folded budget buffet junk. This is the real deal. We have a green tribal patterned bezel that screams I am cultured, but also a little adventurous. And we have a dial that's so clean it could pass for minimalist art in a Beijing loft. And check this out, that bezel. Not only is it beautiful, but it's also unidirectional. And the clicks, it's smooth as butter on a hot bao bun. Now here we do have a signed screw-down crown with a little green accent that matches the dial perfectly. It's about those little touches, you know what I mean? The little things that count. And this bezel, if this bezel were any smoother, it'd be sliding into DMs with a hey stranger at 2 a.m. Now, let's set the stage here, guys. The Silk Road, it wasn't just a road, okay? It was a legendary network that spanned from Jian, China, all the way to the Mediterranean Sea. We're talking spices, silk, gold, ideas, basically Etsy on camelback. And at the heart of this trade artery was the Dunhuang Desert. Now, the Dunhuang sat on the edge of the Gobi and Taklamakan deserts. It was the last pit stop before hitting that unforgiving wasteland. And let me tell you, that desert will sandblast your soul. But out of it came some amazing culture, stories, and sacred art that still blows minds today. Have you ever heard of the Magao Caves? Well, that's the kind of mystical vibe that this watch is tapping into. Ancient murals, Silk Road caravans, and now a wristwatch with a tribal green bezel. This is history, baby. Now close your eyes and just imagine you're riding through the Dunhuang Desert, sand in your boots, a sack of tea strapped to your yak, and boom, this watch is on your wrist. You're basically Marco Polo with loom. And if you're lucky, you'll get sand in your crack, not in your movement. Now, guys, let's break this thing down orology style. The case? Well, We have full 316L stainless steel. It's highly durable, hypoallergenic, nickel-free, and it is resistant to your ex's toxicity. We have solid stainless steel links. No tin can pressed bracelet here. This is a solid wrist tank. You could knock on doors with this thing, or heads. Now, I don't condone violence unless they diss your bezel. We have a 42mm case here. It's bold, assertive, but it's not a wrist hog. It's got wrist presence, like your uncle at Thanksgiving, but in a good way. We have a 49mm lug-to-lug. It's about 12mm thick. It's enough wrist presence to turn heads, but not start fights. We have a very reliable automatic Miyota 8215 movement. Again, it's very reliable, durable, and it keeps on ticking, like Grandma's cornbread recipe. Now here we do have some beautiful sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating, because the only glare I want to see is from my haters. We do have a unidirectional bezel with deep, butter-smooth clicks. It's satisfying in a way that only watch nerds and ASMR fans could truly understand. It clicks better than your relationship ever did. Now, screw down crown. It is signed with a pop of green that just winks at you. And according to Welly Merck, this watch is waterproof up to 100 meters. So yes, it can survive the hot tub and your fillings. Now, let's talk about the name behind this beautiful beast. You might know them as Welly Merck, but actually they've rebranded to WM Watches. And I gotta say, it's giving sleek, same soul, sharper identity vibes. Now, WM Watches is a young, innovative powerhouse out of China. They blend bold innovation with Swiss design principles. It's like the East met the West and decided to start a watch company instead of arguing about noodles. And, let's be honest, these guys aren't following trends. They're setting them. They're like the cool exchange student in the urology classroom. Now look, they're not trying to be another homage factory pumping out look-alike clones. No, no, no. WM is forging their own path. They have proprietary designs, limited editions, cultural storytelling, strong, reliable movements, and creative designs. They're bringing personality to your wrist, not just specs. WM is the kind of brand that you can bring home to your watch winder. Now, I'll be real. WM Watches might just be one of the most exciting new names in the watch game. They've got that energy, they've got that vibe, and they've got that vision. In fact, they've got that riz. And WM, if you're watching this right now, hey, let's talk. Now here with this collector's box set, you also get this nylon drawstring bag. Now it's not made out of silk, but it is designed after Silk Road textile patterns. It's perfect for your gym shoes or smuggling exotic spices. Or, if you're like me, your growing collection of overpriced straps that your wife doesn't know about. And this is a beautiful, genuine leather luggage tag, because nothing says I know my way around the airport like tagging your Samsonite with style. It's a small touch, yes, but it completes the vibe. It's like wearing matching socks. It's totally optional, but totally impressive. Now, this watch, it's for the traveler, it's for the collector, the history buff who likes his watches with a side of story. It's for the guy or the gal who wants to hear something different, something meaningful, something with actual character. If you wear this watch into a meetup, you're not just flexing, you're educating. You're the guy who didn't just buy a watch, you bought a conversation piece. Also, you're going to get bonus points for not showing up with another sub-homage. Now, family, let's get down to the nitty-gritty and let's talk real. For under $300, you're getting 316L stainless steel, solid steel construction, a sapphire crystal, automatic movement, and historical inspiration. And to top it off, you're getting collector-grade packaging. That is insane. Most watches at this price point come in a plastic box and cry when it rains. But this one, it's a statement. And WM Watches knows what they're doing. You're not just getting a timepiece here. You are getting a vibe. You are getting a taste of the Silk Road culture. And if you're wondering whether WM Watches could be the next big thing, well, you might be looking at it, guys. And if they're watching, I'll happily tattoo the WM logo on my clasp. Well, temporarily anyway. Now, guys, if you dig this review, then punch that like button like a Mongol warrior charging through the Gobi Desert. Subscribe for more reviews, rants, orology humor, and exclusive drops, only from Watch Me Go Broke. I want to give a huge shout out to WM Watches for delivering one of the freshest, culturally rich designs that I have seen in a while. Now, this is not a paid review. I bought this recklessly and spontaneously with my own money. All right, but WM, if you want to make it official, then let's make some history together, baby. Now, guys, this is George from Watch Me Go Broke, reminding you that time is money, but a great story on your wrist, now that's priceless, especially when it ticks smoother than your last Tinder date. Now, that's going to wrap up this little journey here with the Welly Merck limited edition Heritage Series Silk Road watch. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the chaos, and subscribe for more questionable purchases that may or may not ruin my entire bank account. So until next time, keep spending, keep regretting, and remember, watch me go broke so you don't have to.